Hello all, welcome you all in the tutorial, and this is the next chapter of the Python that we are going to learn. So in this chapter we are going to learn about the ping pong game, and as you all know about ping pong game, how it works and how we are going to make that. So for first I would like to share my screen with all of you. I think the screen is visible to all. And for making this game, what we need is I open Visual Studio Code. You can download Visual Studio Code and then you can open that. And here I will create the new file. And here I will write pong.py. So basically the file format that you have to put here should be py.py file. Okay. And here I will start writing down. But before that, I want to show how the Pong game looks like. So you can see here. And now I will start with the coding part. So for making the Pong game, what I am going to do is that first thing, I will make two players. Will be like there will be the player 1 and player 2, and I will import the libraries because I want Pygame as a library, and that you need to import, and then you will take random library as well. So you need to import two libraries, Pygame and random. So that's what I'm going to write is import Pygame, and the next is import random. Now what you will do next is you will come to the next part and you will write pygame.init. Init command you know very well that we use to initiate the Pygame window or Pygame library. Then I'm going to set the height and width of that frame. So I will write width height is equals to 800 and 600. You can give any width and height according to you. Frame per second, I would like to give as 60. So with this, what happens is that Pygame works absolutely fine with this. Then these are basically the game settings, we can say. And now I will set up the color. So basically I will set the color as white and black. You know that the RGB values we are going to put inside the bracket for the color. So I'm setting up the color as white is equals to. So the code for white color will be 255, 255, and 255. If you want any other code, then I explain it previously as well. I have a lot of videos where I explain the color code thing. Otherwise, I will tell you that you can simply go to the website and look for the color code. It will give you the code. Now for the black color, the RGB code will be 000. So this is the color selection that you did. Now, after selecting the colors, you have to create the game window, means how your window will look like. So you have to set the title for the game. Now, that's what I'm going to do next. Let's come to the next line, and I will write screen is equals to pygame.display.set mode, and here you will write width, means I made two variable, right? Width and height above in line number 5. So the same thing I'm going to do here. I'm introducing my width and height here as a variable. And now I will write pygame.display.set caption. And the caption I'm going to write as Pong game. So I wrote Pong game. Okay, let me check what. Okay, so it's not in the capital. Basically, the rest part is in small. So I need to write it exactly same way. As you all know, when you made the variable, you should write it exactly in same way. Okay, so that's why it give you error. So if this kind of error occurs, it means you can correct that error. The next part is you need to put the clock, because see, clock is very important, and you need to initialize your frame in the Pygame. So for that, it is important and you need to set this up. So I will write clock is equals to pygame.time.clock. C will be capital in case, and round bracket. Like clock is one variable I made initially, like this is my variable, and I'm calling this here. Now we'll come on to the next part, and this part we are going to make for the paddles. So we are setting up the paddles and the ball. So various settings we are doing for the paddles, like we will set up the dimension, we will set up the speed and everything. So that's what I'm going to do here. Paddle width, I'm going to set. Paddle height, and here I'm giving paddle width and height is 15 and 100. Now I will set pedal speed, and pedal speed I'm setting it up as 5. Okay. Now I need to do the ball settings. So for ball settings, what I will do is I will set up the ball size, ball speed X and speed Y I have to set. So I will write ball size. So I'm setting up the size of the ball will be 20. Ball speed X, that I will set as 5. Ball speed Y, I'll set it up as 5 again. Okay, so this is what I set over here. Now, what will be the next part that we are going to do is I will create paddle now, because next is you need to create the shape of the paddle. So for making the paddle, like as you all know, we have two type of paddles. One is for player 1 and second is for player 2. That's what I'm going to create here. So here I will make a paddle for player 1. So for that I will write player 1 paddle, and then for player 2 you can make your variable as player 2 paddle. So I will write here player 1 paddle is equals to pygame.react, and here I'm going to write as 50, because see, I need to write the size of the player's paddle, right? So everything I need to write. And for creating the paddle for player 1 and player 2, I need to write the height, the position and everything. So I'm just writing 50. Height, you will write exactly the same you wrote, by 2 minus pedal height we wrote in capital, so we will write exactly same. It will come in the suggestion as well. And then pedal width, and pedal height again. So see, it will come in the suggestion exactly the same thing. Okay, now the same thing I will do for player 2. So what I'm going to do is I'll just do copy this thing, come to the next line, and I'll paste this. here instead of player 1, I will write player 2 pedal Pygame dot rect it is, because I want to make rectangle. So this is a code for making the rectangle. Okay, we wrote REA, so no, that will not come. It should be rect. So here it will be I will write like width minus 50 and minus pedal width. So here I wrote pedal width. Okay, and the height divide like height 2 minus pedal height, then 2, then pedal width and pedal height. Now I'll explain you what is happening here. So let's understand this line number 23. What is happening in line number 23 is that player 1 pedal, this is the variable that I made. And here I'm calling a rectangle. So for making the rectangle, you have a specific, arrangement that's inbuilt by the Python library that will be left, top, width and height. So means how much left it should be, what is the top one, then what is the width and what is the height of your rectangle. So here it is given as like 50. So 50 is the horizontal position, that will be the x coordinate of the left edge of the pedal, and it position the pedal to the 50 pixel from the left edge of the game window. Now the next part that we have is height double forward slash by 2 minus pedal height double forward slash by 2. Basically this double forward slash we use to divide two integer values and it will give the quotient like whatever the number. Suppose I have number 10 and if I divide it by 2, so it will give me the quotient for that particular number. So that's what we use for the y coordinate, means where I position my pedal on the y coordinate. And pedal width and pedal height, you know very well that I have setting the pedal width and height that will be 15 and 100, and this is the common for both the players. That's the same thing is happening for player 2 because it is from the left side. This one, like player 1 will be the left side and player 2 will be the right side. So that's why I'm just setting up my pedal on the screen. You can do experiment and you can write whatever is suitable for you. So for me, the parameters are like that. For you, you can experiment it and do that. You can write also in the comment section that which one, you give and what parameters you give there. Okay, the next part is I want to make the ball. So for making the ball, what I'm going to do is, like, I made two variables for the player. So of course, one variable I'm making for the ball. So I will write ball equals to pygame.rect, the same command we are going to give. And here I will write width double forward slash by 2 minus ball size double forward slash by 2 minus height. So height, just make sure you have to write the height like this way, double forward slash by 2 minus ball size. And now ball size, and again ball size. Like I made two variables, ball size, and here it should be like this. And the width we wrote like this way, so you need to write the width exactly like this way. Okay, so this is how we are going to create the width, like how we are going to create the ball on the Pygame. I think we have done of making the shapes and things in the Pygame, so you're pretty much clear with this concept. Now what I'm going to do is I will set up the ball speed. So I will make another variable of ball speed, and the ball speed, I'm setting it up. I'm just making the square bracket, and I will write ball speed X. I'm just taking it this one, and ball speed Y. Okay, now we'll come to the next part. So the next that we are going to do is for setting up the score. Like initially both scores should be 0, so I'm just making the variable of for the score. So I'm just writing player score, player 1 score, basically player 1 score is equals to 0, and the same I'm going to write for player 2. So here I'm just writing player 2 instead of 1. Now I should put the game loop, like the game is going to start now. So for starting the game, what we are going to do is that you know, that the condition is true or false means I am getting something or not. So if it is true, the game will be running continuously. If it is false, then you know, it's not going to run anymore. So that's what I'm going to write. That's a game loop. So I'm just writing running is equals to true. So if this is true, I'm just putting while loop while running for loop inside the while for event in Pygame dot event dot get, and I'll put the condition if event dot type is equals to Pygame dot quit, then running equals to false. Like I told you that we need to make a game loop whether the condition is true or false. Now you will write the next command in sequence of for loop. This is very important that you should write it in the sequence of for loop only. Okay, here. So here I just want to make the keys for my player, and now I'm writing keys equals to pygame dot key dot get pressed. So this is actually the function. If this happens, then I will write the condition if keys. Now I will write this square bracket pygame dot k underscore w key I'm giving. Okay, and player 1 paddle dot top is greater than 0. So here you need to put the underscore for player 1 paddle. So when you are pressing W key and then like both things is going to happen, that when you press W key or player's paddle is like is greater than 0, then the condition I'm going to give in here, that player paddle dot move IP 0 will explain you, don't worry, paddle speed. Okay, I set one speed basically, so that standard speed we are going to run here. So let me check. Yeah, here I should write player 1 or player 2. So of course it will be player 1. That's what you need to write. Exactly same. Let's understand this line of code. In line number 38, it is giving that key pygame.key get pressed means, of course, you all know that if the key is going to press, then I'm giving a condition. Like this is one method that I'm calling key pressed, and here I'm giving a condition. There are two conditions. The first condition is when the key is pressed. The second condition is check whether the pedal is at the boundary of the window or not. So basically, if my pedal will cross this condition, it will not go further upwards. So it should be till the window screen only, not going above. So both conditions they are going to check. Then move IP 0 pedal speed. So what does this mean is basically that both conditions are true when W key is pressed, and it checked the condition that player 1 pedal is above the top edge of the game window, and if the top edge of the pedal is higher than 0, then this condition evaluates as true. And move IP 0 pedal speed, it means that if a statement is true, then player 1 upward adjusting the top coordinate. Okay, and move IP method we basically use for pygame rect. So above move rectangle in place to modify its position it is, and the 0 argument means that no changes in the horizontal position, and the pedal speed adjusting to the vertical position, so it will go upward according to the pedal speed value. Okay, so this is what we have to do with this line. Now we will be writing down the next part of this code. So the next is again if conditional statement. I'm simply doing a copy paste. So I'll come to this one and I will paste it. So I will generate multiple cursor basically. So let me paste it one by one only. So 4 times I'm going to paste the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and this one is for 4 times. And here now I need to write the condition that if key is pygame, at place of W it should be S, and player 1 paddle instead of top it should be bottom. Is greater than height, sorry, is less than height. Then player paddle move IP 0 and paddle speed, so this remains same, exactly same. Now if key up pressed, so I use if K up pressed, so here is in given in the suggestion. So if K up is pressed and this one is for the player 2, so I'm going to write player 2 and paddle top is greater than this, the condition remains same. Then the next is player 2, it should be move IP, it should be same. And here also the next will be like if keys instead of player 1, I'm going to write player 2 and paddle instead of top, it should be bottom. So I will write, oh, sorry, it should be small. Bottom less than sign, I'm going to write, and this should be height like as above. So it should be player 2. Like I told you initially that there are two paddles for player 1 and for player 2. So for player 1 paddle, I'm moving it with the W and S keys. So with W it will go up and with S key it will coming down. And for this we are using up and down key. So here you need to write down. K down is that you are going to press down key. Now I want to move the ball also, so I just need to write the command for ball. It should be again in the same line of if, and here I will write ball dot move IP ball speed, and here I'm generating the index that 0 ball speed. Here it's coming in the suggestion. I can select this and this should be 1. Now we'll come to the next is I'm putting the condition for ball. So if ball dot top is less than equals to 0 or ball dot bottom is greater than equals to height colon, we are going to put then ball speed should be ball speed 1 equals to minus ball speed. Now we'll come to the next part here. So basically, we are generating the ball speed and we give the command for the ball speed. Now we will do the condition again for the collision of the ball with the pedal, means when the ball is collide with the pedal. So I will write if ball dot collide rect. Collide rect means if the ball is colliding with the, that rectangle of player 1 or ball dot It's collide rect. Okay, so yeah, it's same. Yeah. Okay, we need to check it, right? So like either you're writing in a right way or not. So here it will be paddle. We are putting colon here. Here we will write like ball speed 0 in the index is equals to minus ball speed 0. And now a ball has to, out of bounds means it's going left and right, and it should move accordingly. So for that also you need to give a condition. If ball dot left is less than equals to 0, then player 2. So it should be player 2 score, right? Because we need to add the score in case. So plus is equals to 1 means the score will be changing by 1. If you want that at one time score will be 2 or 3, you can write accordingly. Now ball speed is equals to ball speed x and ball speed y. Now we'll come to the next line. So here I'm moving it so that you all can see it properly. And here I will write ball dot center. And here I will put the round bracket. I will write width, W capital for the width only. So width forward slash by 2. So as you know that it will give you the quotient. Height forward slash double forward slash 2. And now we'll come to the another conditional statement. I think this I need to copy with this exactly same. And this should be here. I think yes. Now in the next condition, it is saying left instead of left, it is saying right. And this should be greater than. And this should be width. Then player 1 score this time will increase by 1. Ball speed, ball XY, ball center is width and height. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. Now we'll come on to the clear screen command, like the screen is going to clear. So you will write screen dot fill only one black. Yeah. Now we need to draw the paddle ball. So for drawing it on Pygame, like now we need to update everything. Whatever we made, we need to update it. So draw rect. Here you will write screen and this should be white. Like these are some parameters that I made earlier, and it should be player 1 paddle, player 2 paddle. So player 1 paddle And the same thing I'm going to do for player 2. So I'm simply writing, I'll just paste the command here. I do copy and I paste a command here, and it should be here like this way. And for this, it should be player 2. Yeah. And now if I come over here, like ellipse, it's also going to draw. So I'm simply paste a simple command here again. And it should be draw, and ellipse is for ball, screen white, and this should be ball. Now we need to display all the score. So I need to send font, set font, pygame.font dot font, and here I'm writing none, and this should be 36. Like the type, I'm not taking anything, but the size I'm setting up. So this is what is happening here. Now I will write player 1 score text. So player 1 score text equals to font dot render. It will be player 1, and here I will use curly brackets to write the variable. So I use player 1 score, my variable name, and now I put comma. I'll write true white. So with white color the score is going to display. And now I'm going to copy this code, come to the next, I'll paste it. Instead of player 1, here I'm going to write player 2. So player 2 score text font render, this should be player 2. And this is again player 2 score I'm going to write. So this is done. Player 1 and 2 done. Then now I need to blit. Blit means that something you're putting onto the screen. So that's what I'm doing. So I will write screen blit player 1 score. So player 1 score text. And here I will write 2020. So it's showing one error. Let's see. But the code is absolutely fine. Let me check with double no. Screen. Oh, okay, sorry. The underscore will not come. Dot will come. Okay. This is the function. See, the function that's already there, that should be the same functions. Okay. Now, the same code I will use screen dot blit player 2 score text. Here I will write width minus player 2 score text dot get width. Here will come here minus 20, 20. It will come. And now we need to display this complete thing. So I will write pygame dot display dot flip and clock dot tick FPS that we did already. So I will write FPS and now I need to quit afterwards. So pygame dot quit. So this is all about of making the game. And now I'm going to check. So this is very easy code. Let me explain you again. Here we took the libraries. Here we do some arrangements. Here we made the paddles for player 1, player 2. This is for the ball. Now in the next part, we made the loop. If the loop condition is true, then whatever given inside the condition is true, it's running. So here the conditions are given for the key pressed. So for player 1, if you're pressing W key, S key, then the pedal is moving up and down. For player 2, if you're pressing up and down key, then the pedal is moving up and down. Now the next is for the ball. So ball is also moving randomly, like once it hit the pedal, then it will go random position. So it's given the same condition for the ball that it should go left and right. And here we need to, whatever the shape you have to make, you need to blit that if you have learned earlier in the previous chapter of making the images in Pygame. So it blit the rectangles and ellipse is for the ball. And then this is a final command for setting up the score and everything is done. Then you call the clock and now let's see the output of this game. So I'm monitoring player 2 with up and down and player 1 with W and S. And because I'm monitoring both together, so it's really hard for me to monitor all like things. And now I'm trying to play from players one side and let's see. Okay, player 2, player 1 almost have same scores and it's about to done. Okay, so this is how you can, play the game. And I hope you enjoy this session and you can check the another session afterwards. This is little bit long, but it's all right. When you try to understand the concept gradually, you can definitely understand it. Okay, bye bye.